I've never been to university. No, too poor. Too poor, well, you see. But I like the idea of, somewhere on the way to this place is Bunjil. Is it? Yes. Now, Bunjil's worth consulting, you see, because I think Bunjil is the original owner's, what? Depiction of wisdom, you know, and I'm reminded because of all the talk about religion, you know, my favourite is religion pure and undefiled is taking care of the orphans and the widows and cleaning up your own act. I like that. Religion pure and undefiled. Look after the orphans and the widows. Well, one of my favourites is also that fella in our tradition, what's his name, quick? Vincent de Paul. Vincent de Paul used to be chaplain to galleys, because the rich and powerful, the elites, made money out of wherever they could get it, and one of it was in those gullies, transporting stuff to the elites so that they could have a nice life. And somebody said, look, what are you spending all your time down there at the wharfs? He said, well, I go down there to try to ransom the slaves, because if I can pay money and ransom that bloke down there in that galley thing, slave boat, he said, I can send him home to his family, he can get a job and he can go and make his own money, and he can go and make sure that they can pay the bills and do all that kind of thing. So religion pure and undefiled, looking after the orphans and the widows, and keeping cleaning up your own act. I don't want to be out of place here, because you're thinkers, aren't you? You know what I mean? You're thinkers, top level, woke. We don't have much about woke these days, but it was woke for a while. You know what I mean? Woke, gifts as a gift, graphic, interactive function. You know, I said to one of our lot, I said, for God's sake, go and make a GIF about Jesus, Mary and Joseph. You see? He said, well, I said, well, go and look up the thing and find out something about the background, because the background is everything. The background is everything. The backstory, as you know, journalists, the backstory, which is oftentimes hard to uncover. And that's why I'm here tonight, because you're thinkers. And if you can, exercise a bit of not only thinking but doing, see, judge and act, we'll be able to build a beautiful Commonwealth. It's a word I invented because I think I got it from a statue up there at near the shrine in Melbourne, isn't it? When there's a bloke, a soldier coming out of the battle zone, and he's got a soldier over his shoulder, and a voice comes from right wing. Don't forget me, Cobber. So he said, oh God, me and the bloke over my shoulder can get safely out of the line of fire. But, don't forget me, Cobber. He went back. And he came out of the battleground, 2 soldiers over his shoulder. Hey? Now that's the kind of thing, as far as I'm concerned, don't forget me, Cobber. That's what I said, the Commonwealth of Australia is all very good, but why I prefer the term the Commonwealth. I've been to the top of the mountain and I've seen the promised land. Huh? I don't know how I'm going to help people to get there. They'll have to find out. they'll have to find out. And the best way to find out is we're all in this together. We're sharing and caring and all that kind of thing about the Muslim religion at its best, the Jewish at its best, and the Christians at their best. But I mean, they're not always at their best. You know, they're playing below their standard, and it's a high standard, and it means don't forget me, Cobber. A word, I think somebody grabbed it and pinched it off me the other night. Who was that? Somebody on the wireless. No, that thing, that show, Studio 10 or something. Oh, we like this, Cobber. See, so at least it's passing. And the only thing we can do to help one another is to share wisdom. Wisdom. Sophia. Isn't it? Sophia?
Yeah.
Wisdom. Bunjil stands for that. All churches, mosques, synagogues, whatever. You know, we were out in the sunshine the other day doing something. I think we were trying to help people who are poor to have a feed, which is, well, it's asking something, you know, it's not asking much, but I mean, we happen to be able to get the supplies and deliver them to people who can't afford a bag of groceries. They can't afford two things. They can't afford travel. They can't afford groceries. They can't afford. And now, of course, with kids going to school who need, what do you call it? Devices. You see what I mean? How to get all of that into the hands of the people. We the people. And that's, I think, is to come here tonight is a great privilege for me. I'm way out of me, what do you call it? Yeah, thank you. Way out of that, whatever that is. You know, and really, I mean, I've come here on a recruiting campaign. See? And, you know, if you could join in the chorus, I think we're thinking about what a campaign to, I think I've got a passenger bus, 2 passenger buses actually, and one of them is permanently parked at the Broadmeadows Housing Ministry because it happens not only to be, we use it to, I'm the chief, what am I? The chief bullshit, no, sorry. The chief community ambassador for vaccination. Hello? You know, that's nice, isn't it? Yeah, but a lot of people have got conscientious objections against vaccination. So you have to make sure when you go around in this bus, we offer vaccination to those people who want it, and also, I'm going, not only vaccination, but also introduction to STEAM education. STEAM, not STEM, STEAM. Science, technology, engineering, arts. Oh yeah, we've got to have room in there for the arts so that our imagination can come to work for us. Not just our intellect, but our imagination, which is a bit inclined to have a funny way of being serious. And the Aussies like that. I learnt that also with my colleague, what's his name, quick? Safran. John Safran. Speaking in tongues. A funny way of being serious. It's so important. We must communicate, I'm going, we must communicate with one another. We must communicate with one another. And don't leave anyone behind. Don't forget me, Cobber. So thank you to ladies and gentlemen for the opportunity to be here tonight. This is always refreshing. And also I'm putting out the call, of course, and I wish that you would join in the campaign, which is Bob Keeper, where in fact you can put a few bob in the info@fatherbobs.com. And lo and behold, ladies and gentlemen, we will leave no one behind. Thank you.